Well, welcome ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Onward VRML Season 14, Week 7. Sorry about the bit of the late start. I was having some major computer issues. My entire computer did crash, so anybody which was watching the cast did realize that it did go offline. Please do forgive me, I have resolved all issues and is now running all smoothly. So let's hope for this evening will be no more issues regardless. But so sorry about that, as I said, but sometimes stuff like this just happen, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, going forward for this tonight, we are going to be seeing No Fun Intended and Imperial, the two EU baddies, number 2 and number 1, going against each other, trying to take first place. No Fun Intended so far this season have not lost a single map, or single game I should say, and a single map as well. They have not lost once in a entire game. They did lose, of course, a few maps, of course, because that's going to happen, but they are king so far for this season on the EU side of things. So if we do check into their records, Quarantine, Bazaar and Cargo are the three most played maps this season for No Fun Intended, and for Imperial's sake it's going to be Subway, Cargo and Quarantine. So maybe these teams might try to ban some of their other team's strengths here, but if we do make our way into the ban section, playing No Fun Intended bans for this evening, we are going to have Suburbia and Subway. Of course, Subway being Imperial's favourite map for this season, played 5 times, won it 5 times as well, so they are very strong on Suburbia, not Suburbia, on Subway. And for Suburbia, I know they did ban it due to the bit of the PC hardware glitch, to where when you're playing Suburbia you get massive frame issues, which it's understandable to why they have wanted to ban it. But making our way over to Imperial, they have banned for this evening Snow Peak and Shipyard. Of course, I do know, going from experience, they aren't very keen in terms of playing Shipyard and Snow Peak. You know, No Fun Intended have played Snow Peak quite a fair bit in the past and have done very well, and I think they've chosen this to avoid this map for this evening. So we should be pretty good to go very shortly. I'm going to contact the team. They did say to message him. So it was a bit of an annoying one, but it shouldn't be a huge biggie. Let's say on the first map for this evening, we are going to be playing Bazaar. So that's going to be a No Fun Intended's first map pick, a very strong pick for them. One of their all-time favourite maps, as they have openly said multiple times. Going over to the Season 13 records, Bazaar was played 9 times, and out of those 9 times, they won it 8 times. So Bazaar, a strong map for No Fun Intended, and they will be trying their absolute hardest to secure this map pick for themselves, moving forward into the next game. But now, making our way over to gameplay into the round 1. The objective is going to be the East Courtyard. I'm very excited to see how No Fun Intended will be trying to attack this. They will be getting the quick spawn, and they will be getting ready to head off. We'll be seeing a street cross here. Just do it. It is trying to go back, trying to maybe go for the across the street flank in the north. It is going to be trying to go around. Let's go through the windows. Checking over to Deadshot. He will be kind of watching down the street, checking tank, trying to see if anyone will be crossing, but Imperial will be trying to take this quite defensively here, holding quite a OBJ defense. Of course, we do have Grey next to the OBJ building, Phantom on the staircase, and of course we will have MK Snooper and not Mikey in the northeast courtyard, just trying to lock it down, make sure no player will be crossing. So this will be very powerful for them if they can play it right. MK Snooper might have just spotted someone there. Jittery List is looking down. MK Snooper isn't really exposing himself. He's kind of playing reserve, making sure that blue room entrance will not be pushed. Checking over to the map, as you can see, they have kind of gone for quite a split push here. Going 2-2. Oh, shots fired from MK onto Jittery List. Does not catch. Nice little pick there from 24 Grey onto Deadshot. That will greatly help their team so far.
Headshot 1. I think there's someone in green 4. Watch out from inside green 4.
They are just trying to cover as much ground as possible. Sure, Leo is going for a bit of aggressive put into Kiot. Will be in the back here, hiding behind this box, trying to catch a player off here, as they will be trying to push into the back section. So Leo is doing the right thing, just trying to cover that ground. They are pushing up. Just it comes on the corner, will be taken out from Leo. Leo's going for that push. He's going to be rushing up, going up the staircase, swings round, and will take out Shadow Warrior. Nice little double pick there. Very nice double kill from Leo.
This, but I'm gonna try and make my way to scaffold.
A nice massive play for the team. Drew Willis is now most like underneath scaffolding, trying to push into blue room. Does need to worry about MK. No, got on top of it.
Hello, you sexy beast.
I am a sexy beast. Thank you very much, Jittery List. MK Snowbeard is just trying to spot. It's kind of just holding down tightly. Jittery is just trying to keep aware of behind, making sure that no one is going to be pushing aggressively. It's going to be quite a challenging one for No Fun Intended. Being only stuck to a 2v5. They do have a lot of ground to cover. Need to clear out the northeast courtyard. And of course, trying to clear the objective. They have to worry about someone, which is going to be Leo in, of course, Kiot, sorry.
Yeah, we're really not in a hurry here.
Oh, some minor issues going on there. Not Mikey, it's kind of pushing up. Trying to rejoin with MK Snow, but hopefully they do not connect to each other. A little bit of a push, just trying to peek through this little broken wall here. Trying to spot Mad Hatter.
One by the tank.
And he did get him as well. Ooh, very nice little peek. Did see him. Because Arbeen had in a trade with MK Snooper and Jittery List. Unfortunately, I did miss that, but I will be a trade. Leaving Mad Hatter into a 1v4. It is not going to look good for him. Trying to spot anybody for the current moment. We do have Leo, which is kind of playing the offensive here. Might be able to spot him. Pushing out center market, is exposing himself, will be taken out. Oh, yeah, and he is going to be taken out. But being a little bit too aggressive there. Leave it down to a 1v3. Mad Hatter. He's just trying to play for picks now. Nope, not Mikey. Is going to be throwing a flash over that wall. It's showing that Mad Hatter has pushed up, but nope, he's still in the same position. So Imperial with the current moment just trying to sit down. They need to tuck in. There is no reason to get aggressive with their pushes. Mad Hatter just crossed the street, but will be taken out from not Mikey, securing the first point for Imperial. An excellent round, a very excellent round, and if we do play that replay, as we will see for Leo's side of things, going for that double kill, goes up the staircase, just rush, and will be securing that second pick onto Shadow Warrior, securing that nice little 2k for his team, which will definitely benefit him. But now, very well done from Imperial, securing that first offensive round. Excellent display of skill and defense and offense. Maybe should have played a little bit more tucked in on that last little section, as I did lose 2 players from playing just a little bit too aggressively. But we'll have to see how No Fun Intended will retaliate, I must say, from that previous round. See if they will be playing a bit more aggressively, trying to stay back, maybe be a bit slower. We'll kind of have to see. Of course, No Fun Intended are going to be on the defense. I'm trying to remember from my time I did play them previously, which was an interesting cast. Thank you to Nightfire, who did cast that match for us. First is No Fun Intended, which happened, I believe it was last week, in week 6. So that was a very exciting match. And we did play Bizarre, and No Fun Intended did kick us, to say at least. They did an excellent job on the attack and the defense. So I'm just trying to imagine how they will be kind of playing this. I do know they do try to favor playing a little bit more central, so it might just see a few people trying to be on this main street, kind of holding down the west, the south and the east. It's going to be a good one. Of course, Imperial are going to be hoping trying to get that quick spawn so they can kind of push aggressively. Imperial, I do know, is a very aggressive team. You know, they do love their pushes, they do love the flashbangs, which I learned that the hard way on Cargo from them. They do love a good flashbang push, and it would be very exciting to behold if they were trying to do something again. Maybe trying to go for that rush cap As of course, as you do recall, over here, there is these little blue tarps, which, you know, they do work pretty well in covering you off. You get a few smokes down on the objective, get someone in, rush down, get on your hands and knees, get that code in, and that will be 2 points. Of course, in the game of Onward, there is 2 ways to win a point as the Master, which is in some ways the American side, if you want to call it that. 2 points if you get a cap, which is if you put a 7-digit code into your tablets at the OBJ, or if you kill everyone on the Volk side, that will be 1 point for your team. And the same goes for No Fun Intended. You do have the ability to do a back cap, which is a term which is when you're on Volk and you're stuck in like a 1v5, you have the ability to cap your own objective. This is rarely ever done, and I've never seen any teams do it, so could be interesting to see if anyone will be doing it this evening, but most likely not. I got the feeling that either of these teams will be trying their absolute hardest to make sure their objective will be protected and will not be capped on. And I know they will be fighting to the death, trying to secure that point for their team. We should be hopefully going into the second round very shortly. Have not been messaged. Oh, and it has been a 10-minute time out from No Fun Intended. I think that was due to some connection issues going on. So we are going to go into a quick intermission break. I forgot to add the point for Imperial. Please forgive me. Banging all this time, but we're going to go into a short intermission break. So until then, enjoy yourselves, get a drink, get a snack, and we will be back very shortly. And welcome back, everybody. We will be going into round 2. Sorry for that short intermission break. They were fixing some connection issues, and we should be coming back stronger and better than ever. No fun intended. Will be on the defense as previously stated. No fun intended. Not no fun. Imperial will be getting the, not the quick spawn, unfortunately. We'll be getting the southwestern objective, or the southwestern spawn. Phantom will be trying to cross that street. If not, try not to cross it. Oh, okay. Bit of a late cross. Hope to see if that will play it for his favour. Jittery List is going, he is going aggressive on the pushes. Does get clipped trying to cross that section, but will made it safely. It's going to be an interesting thing to see why he decided to kind of play like this. Does need to worry about the entire half of Imperial being on this side. They are going to be on the southeast, leaving up to Jittery. It's going to be a tough one for him. Does need to worry about Leo now. Leo now making his way up with the rest of his team, MK Snooper, and we do see over there, not like Mikey, which will be taken out from Jittery. Nice still pick there for that team. That will definitely benefit NFI. Realist is kind of just pushing up, will be taken out from MK Snooper. Nice still pick there. Just get that refrag. Leaving 3 in the southeast. We do have Phantom Operator, which is going to make his way up through the central market. Just need to worry about Mad Hatter, though, which is going to be his main problem. Mad Hatter is going to be sat over here at this little cubby section next to the palm tree. Very powerful spot. Might be able to hear Phantom Operator. Would be a nice little pick. I think he's heard him. If Phantom just moves slightly, he will be gone. It's so suspenseful, you know. Mad Hatter is kind of just waiting to see if Phantom will be kind of moving up. But Phantom's kind of just watching that behind, making sure that no one is flanking. Oh, we'll be crossing, will be taken out from Mad Hatter in that little tight angle. His position is called out low. MK Snooper is on his case. It's going to be a bit more difficult now, as Imperial do need to kind of make that street cross by themselves. They don't have any central control. They're just trying, I think at the current moment, their best bet is just trying to weigh out some picks. You know, 24 grey here is kind of trying to see if anyone will be picking up from the broken walls. Just kind of just waiting to see if anybody's going to kind of get over peaky. Shots coming from Just Do It. Almost catching off MK Snooper. More shots.
I've been spotted.
Mad Hatter will be just trying to move around here. So it's... This is a very powerful angle at the current moment, which Mad Hatter's holding. You know, he's going to watch this entire street cross with him still alive. That's powerful, and he will be taken out from MK Snooper. Down to a 3v3. Imperial on the south, trying to cross the main street. Shots are being had from Just Do It, though. He is locking down this street, making sure MK Snooper does not push out.
Someone yellow 3.
MK Snooper will be kind of making his way next to the scaffolding. Kind of in a conflict between Just Do It here. So no fun intended. You know, they're doing this right. Just Do It. It's kind of making that street cross. Bit of an interesting choice. Just make it safely, though. So that did benefit him. Just kind of holding down that street. Just still need to worry about the northeast courtyard now, as he kind of just left it very vulnerable. but he's just trying to get back to their objective, trying to help his team if anyone gets taken out. So Imperial are kind of using their time here. You know, they've already used 5 minutes, only 1 minute remaining for them. I wouldn't be too comfortable having this little amount of time. Out goes a smoke. .24 great. We'll be trying to take that streak. Comes around, just do it, just get him.
1, 2.
Nice little pick there. MK Snooper does take out Shadow Warrior. Oh! And that will be the last kill, securing the second point for Imperial. Nice little trade there from Leo, securing that final pick. Very nice display of skill there from both sides, and that will be ultimately going for Imperial so far. You know, they are really kicking it. They are kicking in No Fun Intended's teeth. As this is, you know, overall No Fun Intended's favourite map, as they have stated loads of times and going over their previous records, they do highly regard it. Imperial are doing their absolute best. They are doing very well against them so far. They'll be really happy over how much practice they have most definitely been putting into playing this map, trying to match this team. But now, moving away to the third round, No Fun Intended will be on the attack, so it's going to be I'm trying to remember the spawn locations. I do know there is going to be one up the north, and there's going to be one in the southwest. So it's going to be interesting to see how No Fun Intended will be just trying to push up, maybe trying to go for that cap, trying to even out the scores. That'll be their main directive if they can. Making sure it will be kind of even at the current state which it's going at will be their first hope for them to try to hopefully get it back. But you know, you never know, it might just be a 7-round comeback, as I like to call it. I've seen times where it comes to like 3-0 and then somehow the opposite team pulls 4 rounds back to back, or maybe even get a cap. You know, it happens. It does happen, so it could be well and truly, it might be happening. You never know. You may never know. But if you do have a look into No Fun Intended's previous records going for Bazaar on Season 13, they played it 9 times, won it 8 times, let's say, with an 89% win rate. They played 51 rounds of Bazaar in total on Season 13. That is a lot of rounds of Bazaar. I don't know about you, but that is a lot of rounds of Bazaar for how long it usually takes. And out of those 51 rounds, they won 37 of them, so that's a 73% win rate. So, you know, this team is very strong on this map. And, you know, if we do regard Imperial's previous records, so if we do quickly check into Bazaar. So Imperial in Season 13 played Bazaar 4 times, won it twice, and they played 26 rounds of Bazaar and only won 15 of them. So that is still above a 50% win rate for the point system. But, you know, this team has not practiced, has played as much as No Fun Intended. So it is surprising to see how Imperial, which are the underdogs, despite being 2nd ranked EU, you know, they are doing their best here. Many people probably weren't expecting this type of outcome. You know, I wasn't expecting this to go this way, and I'm very looking forward to it. But if we do have a look, what I think which the next few maps may be for this evening, we might see a quarantine get played from No Fun Intended on their 3rd map, as there is one of their strongest maps in Season 13. And we do look over to Season 14, they played quarantine 5 times and only lost it once so far. You know, that is a very strong map pick, so we may well and truly see it as the 3rd map. For Imperial's sake, you know, we might see a Subway. It is very likely we're going to see a Subway for their pick, as it is the strongest map. Oh, to the back, Subway's been banned. I forgot. Please do forgive me. Subway is banned, so we will not be seeing Subway.
If shit goes south, adjust the defensive setup and do not
Checking
get
over
tapped.
to
No tap.
Imperial
Rather you die.
on the defense. And of course, No Fun Intended will be getting that north central spawn. that does allow them to kind of play how they want to. Of course, we will be seeing Deadshot and Just Do It kind of going for that Western approach. I'm going to be seeing Raz, just Jittery List, and Shadow Warrior taking the main street. Judibus does make that cross safely. Do need to worry about those players which are pushing up. Do have Leo and of course Mikey. Mikey does avoid getting shot. Oh.
Yeah, one made the cross. He's up. Yeah.
They are playing very aggressive. It's a standoff right now. Jittery's just trying to get that angle onto Leo. Just come around. Oh, what a pick! What an absolute pick!
-1, I can't. He's in a window. I'm -1.
Using that audio to his advantage, knew exactly where Jittery was, and does swing round. Shots does take out Phantom Operator. Chugging over to Raz, which is going to be the only one still left in the northeast courtyard. Does have a nade, I believe, or something in his hand, which is util based. Will be throwing out a flashbang. Does miss it, unfortunately. He's kind of just watching that wall. Leo is still in that window. If Raz fella makes that bit of a cross, he will be obliterated, unfortunately. Leo does swing round, just pre-fire, does not catch anyone off. Raz is pushing up. Leading up to a trade.
I'm down. I traded with one in the east.
Ooh, nice little refrag from Shadow. That will definitely benefit them as it's now going to be a 3v2. Imperial versus No Fun Intended. 24 grades. Just kind of watching that northeastern quadrant. Just trying to make sure no one will be pushing it. Does need to worry about dead shots. He has heard audio. He does know where they are. Jittery's next to the burned up van. Pretty sure they have called out 24 grades position. They are holding a very nice line in terms of like the attack approach. Kind of putting Grey in a bit of a dodgy position. Out goes some smoke on the objective. Grey's is kind of caught here, trying to bounce in between two POVs. 24 Grey will be kind of pushing up.
Yellow 2. Catch him, he might go out.
Some excellent callouts going on though from Deadshot. He's going hard when it comes to those callouts. Shots from Shadow almost do catch off Grey. Fortunately, he does manage to slip by safely. He's just trying to make his way to that objective if he can. Grey is now in blue room. Just trying to get an angle onto Shadow. Getting a few picks here will be unnecessary for Imperial if they do want to win this. We do see that No Fun Intended are kind of trying to go. We have one kind of flanking in that southeastern area, trying to sneak up towards MK. I would be very worried right now. 24 Grey is kind of moving around quite a lot. Does need to worry about Just Do It. Just sneaking up behind MK Snooper. Shots being shot out from Deadshot. They are taking their time slowly. They are taking their time. Deadshot will be pushing up the shop fronts. Will be coming into the blue room doorway. Just Do It. It's right behind MK Snooper. MK Snooper's going to be defenseless. He does not know that Just Do It is right behind him. And he will be taken out. 24 Grey is now in the blue room. The last one standing. Trying to hold that objective. Out goes a flashbang. Does hit him accidentally though. That is not good. They're trying not to kill him by the looks of things, but no, they will be ending up shooting him. Securing the first point for no fun intended. He did flash himself though, which is probably not the best way to end that off, but nice efforts regardless from Gray. Now will be the first point for no fun intended. Now it's going to be their turn for the defense. You know, they did very well, NFI there. Just trying to secure those few picks onto Imperial. Definitely some good effort on the refrags. Definitely helped them trying to even out the player count. And definitely, you know, I keep saying definitely a lot because they did it so well. Of course, that refrag during on the northeast quadrant. Most definitely helped them. I need to stop saying definitely so much. I realise that. It's like I pronounce the same word over and over and over again. But I should probably stop doing it for the time being. But anyway, moving forward, it is still going to be no fun intended time for the defense. Imperial on the attack. You know, Imperial might be trying to go for a cap. A realistic dream would be to get that cap, secure the first map for them. That'll be a definite advantage for them. This objective. I love and I despise this objective at the same time. It's always the objective which I want to cap it because I know how easy it would be to cap it, but it's always like there's so much to cover. This entire street, this little court section, there is so much to kind of keep aware of. But moving into round 4, checking over to Imperial, which will be getting the very northwestern spawn, so it's going to be the very far spawn. Will be taking a very long to kind of make that cross. Does allow them to kind of take this how they want to. 24 Grey will be kind of splitting off with the team.
We just got to survive this cross. It's important. I know.
Surviving the cross, yes, it would be very important. Out goes smokes. No pre-fires yet. They do all manage to cross safely though. Caught up the ice cream van. Oh no, a TK! Onto Snooper. How unfortunate. Snooper just ran in front of Leo and did get shot, unfortunately, but you know, TKs do happen, but you know, sometimes it's just all part of the game. Leo is going to hold in that blue room and that little cross section.
I'm sorry. Who I team killed? Maybe. Shouldn't have been so close to me. It's their fault.
Yes, of course, Leo. Blame the TK on the person you TK'd, not yourself. But checking over to Shadow Warrior, which has kind of moved his way up. Does need to kind of worry about the entire team. Might pick off Leo. If he does kind of peek up, we'll be kind of standing up. We'll get the pick onto Leo. Leo's gone. That is 2 down for Imperial. They are holding down the south. 24 Grey pushing up towards the broken wall. Mikey is gonna try to look for that window, trying to spot Warrior. Nope. We'll be he's just kind of moving around. We'll be coming around that corner. Warrior will be probably taking him out here. Yep. Down goes not Mikey. From Warrior, he is holding it down. Might get taken out on the cross from Phantom. Oh. Doesn't make that guaranteed cross. He's still staying in the western side. And we are going to see Imperial, which have started to move up now. They've kind of moved on. They've accepted that as a lost cause. Rather to get closer to the objective and try to lose a few players, which they already do have.
I think that the south is clear, yeah? So let's just crawl up.
Their plan of trying to aggressively push the south might, you know, it might work in some ways because they think south is clear. Shadow Warrior didn't totally clear the south, and it does allow Phantom and Grey to take it how they want to. Do need to worry about Raz. 24 Grey will be kind of pushing into this building first. Doesn't check behind. Will be punished for it, and he will get refragged from Phantom. Phantom will be kind of looking through that wall. Doesn't spot just do its gun. It is all up to Phantom. In a 1v4. No fun intended. Are swarming him. And it ended up with a trade. With Just Do It securing the second point for no fun intended. What a way to end off a round. What a way. Didn't check the corners and got punished for it, unfortunately. It does happen occasionally, but still a very excellent job from Imperial on that attack. You know, that TK, eesh. TKs, you know, they do suck when they do happen, but it is all a part of Onward. You cannot have one without a few TKs. Of course, in my personal team, we have this little thing called a TK leaderboard, which we tally all the TKs from all the team members, and we do like to publicly humiliate each other on our TK priors. So maybe try not to go TK heavy for your team, which will definitely annoy them, but that is something some people had to learn the hard way regarding me. But now the objective has moved towards Kiot, or Kiot. I always used to pronounce this building wrong for some reason. And I remember a co-caster of mine known as Delamiro did point this out. On the quest version, there's not this sign which says Kiot here. And I remember I used to call this place Kayak for the longest of time. I don't know why I did, but you know what, sometimes sometimes you call objectives with weird names, because I used to play on Quest 2, so I didn't know this place was called that, so I used to call it what I thought people were calling it. So the more you learn, in some ways, the more you learn. It's going to be no fun intended attack. It's going very strong from both sides, and a very generous prediction pool going on. I think it was up to 60k last time I checked, so it's going to be definitely an anticipated decider.
Now, based off spawn.
Imperial getting themselves ready. We'll be seeing that no fun intended. We'll be getting that southwestern spawn.
Listen guys, go from the back side, okay?
This is probably not as ideal as getting the quicker spawn, but it does still allow the team to move around and decide how they want to play it. Are going to be seeing a 3-man southern push. Deadshot will be splitting off, kind of holding down Central Market. Imperial kind of holding quite a stock standard defense, having 2 on the west, 2 on the east, and leaving 1 on the OBJ. Oh, there's no one on the objective, huh? There is going to be no one on the objective. That's kind of an interesting approach. We do have Mikey, which has pushed up to the far western courtyard. Something which I don't see as often. This is a very brave choice, but it does make sense. They cannot get to the objective unless, you know, they get past the player. And of course, as they are both holding, you know, that far east and far west courtyard, you know, there's no way they're going to get past them. Checking over to, which I believe is Raz, which is at that broken wall. Jittery lifts on top of scaffolding. We'll be needing to try to clear it out. Out goes a nade. Doesn't land far enough, unfortunately. And we just kind of wait to see how NFI will be kind of pushing this. They are taking a lot of their time. Seeing a 4-man push in the southeast. Because we do have the Lone Wolf, which will be Just Do It by himself. Kind of just holding that street cross, which I would hope he may not shoot his teammate. We would hope. He was checking out jittery list then, but I would imagine they would not TK. Still kind of waiting to see if he will be pushing into the mini market. Ah, jeez. We do love when you have the random urge to sneeze. Please do forgive me, but Shadow Warrior has kind of made that street cross, and we're trying to push now into the northeast courtyard. Out goes a smoke. Kind of pushing off. Might get picked from Leo. Does miss him, unfortunately. Does now need to worry about Grey, which is in a very offensive position. If he had a nade, that would be a perfect time to kind of toss that nade around that corner. Shadow is pushing up. Will be taking out Grey though. Does get tagged. Shots coming off from jittery list onto Leo. He is kind of caught now. Just might catch off, not Mikey here. Yes, and I called it. I saw that. I saw he tried to make that cross, and Mikey and just was pushing up quite aggressively. That does leave it down to a 3v5. Not the very best look for Imperial so far, but I do have, you know, they don't have very much amount of time. But being kind of stuck now, you know, they have now really put their full force on the aggression. They've secured those first few picks, which they normally do, and now they kind of rush it. Leo will be swinging around, does not catch the picks onto Jittery. Leo is kind of going aggressively. He does get a pick onto Jittery. Very nice. Will be coming around. Will be taken out though from Deadshot. Almost takes out Shadow though. And it is going to be a 2v4. MK and Phantom. Phantom on the OBJ. Locking it down. Just do it, kind of watching that staircase. Nice little pick there. Just get that confirmed. Will be taken out though from the back. I could go for this cap here. We are seeing Raz go for that OBJ cap. It's going for that cap. Can he get the cap in time? He's in the smoke. Does drop his tablet? No. MK Super does come around and does with a trade. Secured the third point for Imperial. No, they didn't get that cap, unfortunately. What a tense moment. NFI could have almost secured this first map just like that. But no, that will be going for Imperial with their last second trade. Oh my. Oh my. What a way to end it off. So that it happens. Unfortunately, he just wasn't. Raz was just not able to get that cap in time. Did stumble by the looks of things and did drop his tablet. So, so unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Almost had it. Almost ended up. But regardless, we'll be pushing up for the next round. Imperial will be trying to hopefully secure this last point for them. We'll be trying to push aggressively here. Might not be so OBJ based. We'll be trying to secure those picks. But watching No Fun Intended, I've just kind of noticed that they play interesting. They try to get 1 or 2 picks and then they start pushing. That's kind of their strategy. They kind of wait for the opposite team to kind of like make a mistake or get too comfortable with how much time has gone by, and then just about once the first 2 picks are down, they go full force going for that objective. And you know, it has worked out for 2 rounds, but have to kind of see if they can try to maybe win this defensive round and lead into a round 7 decider. But moving forward into round 6, checking over into Imperial, which will be getting the southeastern spawn. This is the more preferred spawn. Might be seeing a 4-man eastern push, which could be interesting. We'll be splitting off with the team. Phantom kind of watching that cross. Leo does make it safely into blue room. We'll see Shadow and Raz in that east courtyard. So unlike No Fun Intended, Imperial like to rush it hard in this beginning stage. They utilize their time by taking it slow once they've made that first push. Unlike NFI, which normally, you know, they kind of push slowly, making up to their positions, get a pick or two, and then they start the aggressive attack. Nice little pick there from Gray onto Deadshot. Didn't catch that, unfortunately, but did switch to him. Some pre-fires from MK. Yep, just like he said, some pre-fires. They are kind of holding it down. I would be worried about Shadow, who is kind of getting a little bit too pushy. Does need to worry about a few angles. Of course, we do have Phantom, which it is in the blue and with Leo. You need to kind of watch out for this window. Still some pre-fires from Mikey. Shadow is kind of looking through that small gap into blue room.
Get ready to move in. Snooper stay in. So whoever's on the pallet, stay. One more come close to reinforce us.
Imperial are kind of getting themselves ready here
Get ready to push in as
for
well.
that blue room aggressive push. Leo just trying to remember that code. It is stressful, especially as someone like me. I struggle when it comes of trying to remember that code, so it is very nice to kind of have it memorized. Shadow does have a C4, which I would be interested to kind of see where it's been positioned. Oh, might get an angle onto Shadow. We'll take out Shadow. Leo comes around for that refrag. MK Sniffer makes his way into the court. Might not catch him off though. Leo kind of peeking his round. Shots are being had from MK Sniffer. Does take out Shadow. They're now trying to make their push into Central Market here. Do have Mikey, MK Sniffer and Leo. And of course we do have Gray, which is still by himself on that flank.
Right, so we're 4v3, 4v3.
We'll be trying to go for, by the looks of it, a western attack approach here. Trying to pre-fire, trying to clear any common spots for his team.
2 minutes though, plenty of time. Keep poking and prodding.
A nice little statement there from Mikey. Leo will be trying to clear that main street. Oh, he's peeking it up. Want to be pushing North Street though.
Watch out for C4s and watch out for nades.
I got the smoke onto the objective from not Mikey. Raz is holding down that line, so might be able to pick them off if they do kind of push out. One minute and 35 seconds are remaining on the clock. Still kind of anticipating that Imperial push. Shots are fired. Do not catch him off though. Does get taken out for Mikey though. Very nice angle. Leaving it down to a 2v4. Nice pick on to just do it. It very happy. They're very excited about this.
In the back, in the back.
One go in.
South of Kyle.
Are just trying to make their way up to that objective. Just generally trying to make his way up. Will be taken out before Gray can get that cap, unfortunately. And that will be 4-2 going for Imperial. A little scream there from Imperial at the very end. And that will be the first map going for them. What a play. What a way to end off the first map. I was not expecting any of that. Definitely wasn't expecting Imperial to kind of get it back. What a way to end it off. What a result. They did such a good job. But that will be the first map going for Imperial. We will be seeing a rehost onto the second map, and I'm going to be very excited to see what they will be playing. Nope, it is not Downfall before any of you do mention that. That's just the sound of the thing. As I did leave the thing. I say, what a way to end that map. That is a surprise to say at least. And I guess all that scrim training that Imperial have been doing on Bazaar has definitely paid off for them. They will be very happy with themselves with that ending. Still waiting for that lobby to come up. Should be very coming up soon, and yes, it will be. Oh, this is a very interesting pick, but I think it might be the right one for Imperial, as I do know they have played it and they are very good at this map. And ladies and gentlemen, the second map for this evening is going to be Cargo. Something which I was not expecting, but you know, something that I probably should have, because I have played them recently in Cargo and they were killing it. They have mastered all of their flashbang spots. So, you know, they well and truly can secure their map pick. You know, if they do win this, you know, that will be their win. I'm not saying it for guarantees, as I do know No Fun Intended are very strong on this map. But it may be even grounds. It will be even grounds. Can No Fun Intended keep their legacy of making sure they have not been beaten once so far this season? Is Imperial going to take it for them? We're going to have to see. Are they going to lose it to Imperial? Of course, after that massive donation for the channel points onto the first map decider, you know, we do not know. You know, both sides are very hyped for this. On the connoisseur rating, it was very uncertain. So if I quickly just check to the connoisseur, let me just quickly go. Connoisseur, it was 31 to 16. 31 for No Fun Intended and 16 for Imperial. And that is still not as much as it used to be. Normally, No Fun Intended normally have like a 50 to 3 ratio when it comes to who's going to win, but it does appear that both sides are very uncertain. Imperial have been working their absolute hardest, trying to master all the maps. Will they be taking it? Will they be taking it for this evening, or will be No Fun Intended keeping up? Gonna have to see. And of course, with a map like Cargo, it is kind of anyone's game. One good nade or one good flashbang can really end it all. Seeing how small and tight and compact this map is, you know, we are going to see some C4. We are going to see some very aggressive pushes. I'm going to see some very tight, clever angles from both sides. I do know that a few of the players on Imperial do love this map because of how small it is, so it is going to see. And of course, anyone which is freehand will have that overall a little bit of an advantage, being just that a little bit quicker. And I do believe that No Fun Intended is a pure stock team. May not be correct, do not check me on that. But going off how they normally aim, I would imagine, but they are a rather stock team, which could be a beneficial factor or may not be, might be their downfall for this evening. Waiting on one more player to ready up, and we should be moving straight into round 1. Of course, Imperial will be on the Marsoc side for the first round, and of course NFI on the defense. Moving away into round 1 onto Cargo. Chugging over to it. They are going to be getting themselves ready. They are going to be getting the south little eastern double box objective, which I'm not exactly sure what the correct name is. I don't really have a very accurate knowledge when it comes to the callouts of this map, but it's going to be an interesting one. Out goes the pushes. Out goes the flashbangs from hell. And I did state, Jittery does appear to be flashed. We'll be kind of pushing up, trying to bail a few shots. Down, does swing round, does take out Jittery. Phantom trying to peek through that door. We'll be trying to make their way into green tube section. We're going through the containers. Almost a TK. Just get that pick onto Raz. Down goes Deadshot from Leo. Nice down goes Just Do It from Phantom. They're in down 2L 1v5. Shadow versus Imperial. Is going to be taking this very slowly, just trying to make that ground. Out goes a nade. Will not catch anyone off though. I believe that they do kind of know his general location. It's going to be tough. And just like that, he will be kind of taken out from Phantom, and that will be the first point for Imperial. And I've just realized I have the wrong team names on. Oh, please do forgive me. Do forgive me, but I do actually have the wrong team names on for the both sides. Oh, rookie mistake. We all occasionally make things like that. But let me just quickly change them. Probably should have specified what team was on what side, but oh well, good thing I spotted it now before we got too far into this. There we go, they have been corrected. So in the next round when we do can show gameplay, it will be the correct team names. Say it's looking good. Phantom Operator with the 3k on the first round. You know, he's really coming out strong. I said Imperial, they love this map. They have been practicing a lot harder and they have been very solid in terms of scrims, and as you could see, flashbang hell. Or heaven, or whatever you want to call it, the amount of flashbangs would get absolutely thrown in the first 10 seconds of the round. Over central line, you know, it is intense. But as I say, will be quite interesting to kind of behold how NFI will be trying to get it back. Will they try to get a few points down on the defense? Will they be trading rounds? We'll kind of have to see. I'm betting on Abandon Note, my dear friend Casper. It's going to be Cargo. What a great map regardless though. Do need to end the predictions. And it is going to be a Imperial win. Going over to round 2. Checking over to No Fun in... Oh, Imperial I should say. No, not No Fun Intended. They have switched teams. Leo is getting himself ready, snapping onto his teammates. Hopefully he doesn't go out of his way to TK them.
Yeah, when you can, first second you can do it.
He's gonna flash the mid.
NFI now pushing up.
3, 2, 1.
Flashbangs, of course, being thrown over. Jubilist, it's kind of made this interesting push. Nice pick there from Leo. They haven't checked behind them. They've just completely run by him. Nice still pick there from Jubilist. Jubilist does take out Stamp and Grey. Just do it. Will be taken out from MK. Jubilist is by himself, going for that flank. Does take out Phantom. Does take out MK Snooper. Trying to get that last pick onto Leo. Just cut in. It's dancing. Leo is now inside in the green tunnel. Good swing round is shooting. Oh. And it will be the pick for Jittery List. Good job from Jittery List there, securing that point for his team. What a round. Oh my. What an absolute round going for NFI there. What a way to end it off. Let me just quickly add the new thing in. It should be... Okay. The new prediction is now up, so it should be going up. Wow, what a way. That is a blast and a half. Going for that first 2 rounds, you know, that is a... Whew. NFI really got it back there on the defensive round. And say I just can't get into it. You know, both these teams, they have practiced it very much. Jittery List with that interesting positional play, kind of pushing forward, getting into that smoke. The entire Imperial team just ran straight by him. They weren't expecting him to be kind of sat here in smoke at barrels. And in the end, he was able to kind of go for that flank, take 2 people out near the front section here. And he did kind of swoop round through the ring of diamonds, securing 3 more picks, securing that ace for himself. What a result. So of course, Jittery List is going to be very excited, and as you did hear, he was ecstatic with himself. But during that play, he outplayed Imperial 100 times over of that. They were not expecting him to kind of be sat there. He snuck in, he dug in deep, he got down to his knees, he threw the smoke over him. And Imperial just ran straight by and weren't expecting someone to be in center next to the barrels, which aren't played at all. That was a surprising choice. And a round reset for Imperial. Did appear one player did drop or didn't load into the map, unfortunately, so going back to the scoreboard. Fortunately, should be hopefully starting very shortly. Let's just quickly make sure that there is not going to be any form of timeout. No, all players are in the lobby, so that it shouldn't be too much of a problem, and we are going to be starting back, moving our way into round 3.
Nice, the second one he had.
All players are loaded in, playing the count thing yet again,
They need to switch him, you know?
I have a smoke.
and they are getting themselves ready.
I have one. I hate you though. You know I hate you.
Oh, poor dead shot.
Kill them all.
Not very nice for his teammates. Imperial are now making their way up. I'm expecting a few flashbangs to come out. Out goes 3 flashbangs. Take that 4. Nice little double trade there. Down goes Phantom. Deadshot is now smoothing in. Stamp swoops round. Does secure the pick onto Deadshot. Just Do It is in that crate. Does get the pick.
Go on.
Onto Just Do It. Down goes Raz from 24 Grey, leaving Shadow Warrior down to a 1v3. Let's get the pick. No! What a quick flick on the Shadow from Stamp, securing the 2nd point for Imperial. Oh my, what a way. They are just smoothing their way through this. Under 1 minute rounds, this is what I love. Quick, fast action. They are doing an absolute good job for Imperial's sake. You know, they are killing it so far. No fun intended must be panicking now, you know, for my sake of looks of things. You know, it's only 2 more points for Imperial. And then they've won this. The entire map. Breaking No Fun Intended's record. They were determined to win this match. And I've definitely heard it from their team members when I have been speaking to them previously. They are determined to win this. They've been trying their absolute hardest. Scrimming every day. Had, I believe, 1 scrim in the morning. They are getting themselves absolutely ready for No Fun Intended. And they might even secure it. That will be an ultimate result going for them. The OBJ, of course, now has moved to the red crate in the north side, I should say. I was going to say the south, but it is going to be the north. The northwestern objective next to the box. I think it's 2, depending on who you want to call it to. Different teams have many different callouts for these maps. because of it's such a small map. You can kind of get away with using different callouts, but that's just my look on it. But moving away into round 4, checking over to Imperial, are getting themselves ready for this.
Remember, just wait a second for the counter flashes. Don't run straight in. And they tossed C4 over before in a previous.
Imperial have warmed themselves up, understand how they will be playing this, got their game plan ready. The flashbangs coming out. Down goes Just Do It from MK Snooper. Deadshot will be swooping round. Will get taken out. Down goes Jittery List from Stamp. It is now a 2v5. A 2v1 already. What? Oh, up to Raz. And it will be taken out. What a round. What a absolute round. What a way to end off that that 4th round. Oh my. Like, just going off the replay, no one understands what is going on. It's just pure carnage. And it's just like that, snip of the fingers. It is over. That wasn't the clip I wanted to show, but I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless. And that will be 3-1 for Imperial. It is so tight. Imperial, you know, they're going to get this. They're going to secure this win. I just feel like it. This is the strongest map. They have chosen the right map for this game for us. They have decided that they want to play this map and they have dedicated the time and effort to master it. Only one more point for Imperial on the defense. No fun until they have to try to get that countdown to try to even out the scoreboard, but I was not expecting this to kind of end like this. 1 minute rounds. Oh my. Of course, the OBJ is now, of course, moved to this more central east little double box next to the cargo containers objective. I don't really know callouts for this map, as you can tell, but in a map like Cargo, when everything's going downhill, there's kind of no need for callouts. I know there's box 1, 2, 3, 4, green tube, the ring of diamonds. I just call these container stack. Or if that's called box 5, I call this box 1 or 2, red container. There is just so many names for this map for how small it is. It's not as important in my opinion as some of the other maps, but maybe that's just me. And a map like Cargo, you don't really need callouts, you just need to hear all the screaming, all the gunshots going on, and all the flashbangs being hurled, the grenades going off, the C4, the smoked. That's your indicator to where everybody is. Just gonna make sure there has not been any form of timeout which has been called, and no, there isn't. Still going very strong. We do see a player drop for Imperial by the looks of things, so hopefully they can get their player in. Trying to clean up the last wrap. I believe the player which has dropped is going to be I'm trying to think who it is now. Gray, 24 Gray has kind of dropped. Hopefully we'll be rejoining. There has been no timeout called from either side, so I guess he will be having to wait 1 minute 30 seconds while they make sure to get into that lobby. It also will be a 4v5. And despite how good Imperial is, you know, a 4v5 may ultimately benefit NFI extremely. Like I said, the highest kill so far in the lobby does go to Phantom, with 6 and 2, Stamp 5 and 1, and for NFI it is 5 and 3. They're going for it, and Gray has now joined the lobby, luckily in time, and we should be going straight into the action very shortly. Hopefully trying to clean up the last round for Imperial, and if not, trying to get that cap or win a aggressive round for NFI. This is not how I expected this map to go, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. What a way for this to end up so far. I'm not exactly sure what the predictions were for either side. I didn't really pay attention to them, but if anyone did throw NFI, I would be very worried. But no, it does appear it's going to be 120. Oh my, 110k poll vote here for this evening, for one of the largest poll votes I have ever seen on any cast. This is the game of the century in some ways, and both teams are excited for it. Hopefully we'll be starting very, very, very shortly. Still waiting on both sides to ready up. I would imagine they're just getting their final plan sorted, fixing any issues to do with connection or headset issues, for example. I don't know. Tracking, Guardian, your usual sort of issues which you want to address before getting into the rounds. So it has been a good one. But I'm just going to quickly check into Imperial's record so far. They played Cargo 8 out of 7 times. So yeah, this is their best map. 8 out of 7 times played with an 88% win rate. 45 rounds played, and out of that 32 rounds were won in Season 14 if we do have a look at it. Cargo being their second most played map. Played 3 times so far, won twice, 67% win rate. 15 rounds played of Cargo and only 11 won, so that is a 73% win rate on each round. So still very high stats in terms of how they played it, so understandable to why they have been so good at it. And we are going into the final round for Imperial, if not hopefully trying to get a few more points for NFI.
We gotta show them how we break the leg. Break their legs.
Break someone's leg. This isn't the lock on this map either.
No, but
Getting themselves ready, NFI, Imperial. Excited and they're hyped. Shots are coming out from Just Do It. Out goes a flash. Out goes a splash. Out goes 2 more flashes. Stamber's kind of push up towards these boxes. No picks yet from either side. Down goes Jerry List. Down goes Stamp from Raz from the refrag. They are playing a lot more reserved. Imperial and NFI. Leo is having a little bit of a fight going on here. Out goes a flashbang. Won't catch. Calls out the ring of diamonds. Raz kind of pushing up. Raz. Ooh, Leo with that sexy flick. Will be taken out though from Shadow Warrior. Trying to get that revive. Just Do It is also downed. Down to a 2v3. Phantom Operator and 24 Grey. Down goes Shadow Warrior. The confirm onto Do It. Is going ahead. Operator swings round. Does trade with Raz. Lead it down to a 1v1. 24 Grey versus Deadshot. It is all up to 24 Grey right now. He's holding the excellent position. Deadshot will be running by. Will be trying to go for that cap. Will be taken out. And that will be the map win and the match win for Imperial for this evening. What a result. What an absolute way to finish off, and it will be going to Imperial. Oh my. Woo. What an ending, of course, leading up to a very tight decider. Imperial will be taking the win for themselves for this evening. They are ecstatic with the win. Beating NFI, taking out NFI's match record history. Winning every single map so far. Take that back, not anymore. Oh. That is a... to say at least, that is a big deep breath out, deep breath in. Imperial will be definitely tapping themselves on the shoulder with relief and with gratification. Beating NFI, getting it on their first pick and then securing it on Cargo. That has to be a huge standpoint for them. They are going to be very happy with themselves. But will NFI try to get it back on the third map? Because of course they still need to play the third map despite the fact the game has already been officially kind of won. Gonna have to see what, no fun intended, will be kind of playing on the last map. Might see a quarantine, which is going to be their better map. Most likely, I'm going to bet a quarantine. My full money is going to be on quarantine for the third map. And we are going to be seeing a rehost. So, going back into the lobby squad. Interesting message I got sent on Discord by my friends. Do appreciate it. But oh my. Will, no fun intended, trying to get it back on this third map, trying to get a few more points down. Ah, I called it. And ladies and gentlemen, the third map for this evening, the final map, is going to be Quarantine, like I predicted. If I can hit the button at least. So this is gonna be, of course, NF5's more better map. Their main goal will be just trying to get a few more points, trying to win it, of course, if they can. Oh, a lobby crash by the looks of things. But yeah, it's very ironic. Before even players anybody joins, the lobby did crash. Not exactly sure to what was going on there. Joining the lobby in Quarantine. Okay. Now let's quickly add all the team names, and we should be hopefully going into the preview of what is going to be coming up for the first round. Of course, Imperial is going to be on the defense, as it is going to be no fun intended's pick. The first objective is going to be the southeastern street next to the massive dune section. So still a pretty good objective spawn. Kind of hard to kind of cap on. It's going to be quite difficult for NFI. Would be excited to see how they will be playing it. Waiting for everyone to get into that lobby. Of course, Quarantine, one of the largest maps in the game, alongside, I believe, Downfall, Downfall was an interesting one. It may be massive, but most of it is just kind of empty space, so that is just kind of my thought regarding Downfall. Oh, okay, that didn't save. That's upsetting. Still waiting for a few more players to join the lobby, and then we should be going into Quarantine. I don't know. I feel like recently, maybe this is just me, but I never used to be a Quarantine enjoyer. I used to always sigh when I saw Quarantine. I was like, oh, it's Quarantine. I can't wait for an hour-long map. But Quarantine isn't that bad of a map. If you play it right and you have a good team who doesn't play it annoyingly, it can be a fun map. So I've kind of recently sprung towards Quarantine a lot more because my old love for Downfall has kind of raided ever since kind of playing against teams which just know how to kind of hide perfectly and kind of shoot you across the map. My enjoyment for Quarantine is just, not Quarantine, for Downfall has kind of just disappeared. Being shot across the map to absolutely nothing, just after 5 dies, it kind of starts to drag you down mentally, but you never know. You never know. Waiting on Imperial, and we should be moving our way into the last map. Say, I did not expect this map for this evening, and the connoisseur vote. I forgot to mention, ladies and gentlemen, the connoisseur vote. Everyone who did vote for NFI will be definitely very upset, as it is going to be an Imperial win, 31-16. That is going to be a result for one of those 16 people which have decided to vote Imperial for this evening. But moving away into round 1, checking over to no fun intended, which will be getting that northwestern spawn.
They're going to come to center.
Yeah, let's play it slow and steady.
They are going to be playing slow and steady. Imperial with the preemptive smokes. Got some good play coming up. Does allow MK Snooper to kind of make that cross. Are going to be seeing Phantom Redder make that cross as well. Shots already been fired
Watching
from
the
dead
south.
shots with a sniper. Dead shot with its deadly perfect accuracy towards Grey. Will not catch him off though. We are going to be seeing quite a western approach attack. They are holding quite an aggressive line by the looks of things. We do have Raz, Shadow in the broken plane, Raz in the little broken tail courtyard. We do have 2 people in the hospital, 24 grey course on the roof. Kind of just lock it down.
There's also a fucking sniper.
We do see that Generalist is kind of now pushing his way up towards gas station. That's the wrong person. We're just trying to move up towards gas. Maybe peek through some of the windows. Maybe get a pick or 2. But he will be kind of... He would be safe to do so by the looks of things. GWS will be getting himself ready to kind of push inside. Throwing a flashbang around. Discharging. Might try to spot Mikey here if he does peek around. Does need to worry about Leo though, which is in storage. I always find it so amusing when you watch players peek around corners. It just looks so funny to me. Jidovitz now pushing his way up towards these broken fences. It is making ground. They have used quite a lot of their time, but they have played this quite reasonably. Shots from Just Do It onto Grey. Do not land, unfortunately. So you just look at that accuracy. Shots firing out, which I believe was from Snooper.
Southeast.
We'll be kind of pushing up. Phantom is in that second story building. Phantom might be trying to drop on top of Just Do It here. If he does cut in. Ooh. If Phantom were just to move up slightly. Shots from Not Mikey. A few more shots from MK Snooper. Does get the pick onto Just Do It.
Got him on the west MV.
Shadow Warrior is just trying to look for that crack in the fence, which is a very common spot.
They might be called in by the ambulance. Just watch for it.
The ambulance call out has been made. They're not, currently, but it is definitely a huge concern. A minute and 35 seconds are remaining in a fight. It's quite a fair bit of their time. They do need to kind of push up now.
1 minute 30, Shadow.
We'll be picking him out. Get the pick onto MK Snooper from Deadshot. Will be throwing out flash. Will be kind of push his way through. Will be maybe taken out from Leo. Leo's swooping around, just trying to get an angle here.
Gay warehouse, first floor.
Yeah, they're all there, lads.
In the middle.
Two vices. Deadshot's there.
Down goes Deadshot from Not Mikey. Leo will be swooping around. Will be taken. Oh no! Will be taken out though from Jittery. Down goes Phantom from Shadow Warrior. Jittery, let's just get the pick onto Mikey. Leaving up Grey by himself on the top. Does take out Raz. Leaving Jittery List by himself. 30 seconds are remaining. Both teams have just heard the beep sound. Jeebus will be kind of peeking out. We'll be kind of watching top. Does take out 24 Grey. 15 seconds. Operator versus Grey. Jittery will be swooping around, but will be taken out from Phantom. What a way to end off the first round. So Quarantine, it's a very slow map if you take it slow. NFI took that very, very slowly for the first like 4 minutes, taking as much of that time as possible, trying to slowly push up towards the hospital push, which did greatly help them, but overall they may have benefited with just a little bit more speed, so they had a little bit more time. So, what a good game regardless though. It's now going to be NFI's turn on the defense. Coming up, Imperial on the attack. Might see Imperial trying to be a bit aggressively here. Might try to go for that cap at this little white car. Not blue car. I know I'm colorblind, but I didn't realize I was that colorblind to that extreme. But moving up to the white car. So Imperial will be there trying their absolute hardest, trying to get 12 points overall for them. So Imperial must be very happy with the results. What a what a game. What an absolute game. Imperial will be getting the northern spawn. They will be getting themselves ready. We'll be trying to cross the street here as Imperial, but aren't using the smokes as before, which is open. Oh, Shadow does get clipped. Doesn't get taken out though, so Not Mikey barely avoids it. Oh, double mistake on that little jump section. Doesn't make it properly. 24 Grey on top of AC roof, just trying to spot anybody. Watching through gas.
They smoke for gas.
Leo is pushing up towards burning building. Does need to worry about Raz right here.
On the sides, burning.
Burning has been called out. It's all up to Leo trying to make that push. Shots coming from Grey. Bring him back to Leo, which is trying to make his way up. Shots from Raz. Leo's just trying to bait out any aggression. Still kind of holding is kind of just it's been very slow, you know. They are holding this angle very tightly. Leo kind of swinging around, might be trying to push up. Shots coming from, oh, nice little trade there with Shadow and Phantom. Leo's just trying to push his way up the center burning. Trying to spot Jittery as well, who it is in gas. Still the same type of situation going on. For Imperial, just kind of just make that ground. Are kind of very halted though on the plane push. 24 Grey has now joined Leo. Out goes a flash. Does miss though. Grey does make it. Does get the pick onto Raz. It's now going to be a 3v4 for NFI. Deadshot at the hospital. Great, of course, now is at the top. Might spot just do it there. Will be coming down the stairs, grabbing any utility from their body.
Come take a flash.
Ooh, shots from just do it. Does miss Leo, fortunately. Return fire from Grey. Nice little pit there from Jittery List onto MK Snooper at the gas station. Does swing round, will be taken out though from not Mikey.
And I'm hurting.
And he is hurting. Someone give this man a boo-boo. He's hurting. Leo's just trying to spot, just do it here. Some nice little attack. Nice pick there from Grey. Leaving it down to a 1v3. It is Deadshot by himself. Might have an inaccurate kill count by the looks of things. Deadshot and Grey having a bit of a fight. We'll be kind of rotating around to kind of hold that objective. It's going to be under a lot of pressure. Deadshot just trying to spot anybody. Imperial are kind of pushing it slowly though.
Rotate south if possible.
We do see that we are going to have 24 Grey kind of swooping around, trying to get to that objective by the looks of things. Deadshot will be watching it though. If there was a distraction, he could well and truly go for it. Smokes are being thrown. But no, he will secure that final pick onto Deadshot. And that will be 2-0 going for Imperial. Imperial are killing it, man. They are doing so good. Doing an absolute job so far. Working very, very hard. But say, I mean, I was not expecting it. I know Imperial is a very good team, but NFI, you know, they are classed as the best EU team out there, and you know, they have been handed. You know, they have been kind of shaken about a bit so far this evening. And you know, if it keeps on going like this, Imperial might be leaving off with a 12-3 score. You know, that will be a massive embarrassment for no fun intended, going from their excellent track record of being the best team, winning basically every single game they do play, being the best at every map, but oh, it just appears that Imperial will be taking it down. I would imagine that NFI will be trying their absolute hardest, trying to get it back to their old golden self. By the looks of things, coming up into the next few weeks for VRML. Of course, checking over back to the objective, enough of me flying around in circles. The next objective is going to be the center courtyard tank objective next to the hospital. And of course, we do have the little basement garage section next to the massive broken engine. Might see a cap load from NFI, as this is quite a capable objective if we do rush on the sides very goodly. Goodly is a very excellent word of choice, of course. Please do come to me if you want more vocabulary.
So they can be there.
Don't behave. Yeah, they can get separated. Let's get as much ground as we can.
NFI, get themselves ready. And they will be off. We'll be getting, I believe it's the quick spawn. I'm not exactly sure in terms of the spawns of this map. No, the quick spawn would be the north spawn. I take that back. My memory just came back to me. The quick spawn is going to be the north one. No, not getting the north one. Do have 24 grade, which is kind of peaking the north.
I'm seeing nothing on the jiggle.
He will be seeing something soon.
Yeah, push up Phantom.
Still waiting for NFI to kind of move around.
They got south. Is that friendly?
Shots are being had. Down goes. MK Snoop can just do it.
He's there, AC courtyard. Might be dead, might be not. Pushing from around.
24 grade, trying to get that refrag. Phantom operator does come out. Didn't get to catch that as because of gunshot going on. English is hard sometimes. Phantom operator does get the pick. They went down to a 4v4. .24 grade, kind of moving up.
The alley, north alley.
Does swoop round. Oh!
Hospital
Does
roof.
almost get shot. Does got a hospital. He's trying to yet again go for it. He's trying to make that cross. He's determined to cross into the north. We'll be making that cross. We'll be trying to look down AC roof.
Phantom, push up with me, lad.
Some more pre-fires coming forward. We do have Deadshot on Jenny list. Deadshot will be kind of returning back. Out goes a flash. It's going to catch Deadshot off though. 24 Grey isn't aware. Shots. Grey will be taken out. Phantom does get that refrag. Down goes down goes just do it from not Mikey. Down to a 2v3. Some more shots coming from Leo. Leo is blind from the smoke. That's why if anyone was wondering why he's shooting at. Oh, almost gets clipped. Shadow Warrior is watching Mikey's position. Mikey will be kind of rotate back. Ah, Leo will be downed from Jittery List. If he peeks out, he'll be obliterated though from Phantom, and he will be leaving down to a 2v1. Getting that revo, we're making it a 3v1. Oh, up the Shadow. Trying to go for that behind flank. It's not going to be looking great for Shadow. Is trying to push up. Mikey is going to enter the basement section at the car park. Leo on the OBJ.
Possible audio south. I'm on OBJ. By the road, possibly.
Preemptive gun reloading. Shadow is going to be slowly pushing up. Does need to worry about Mikey's position though. Has made it safely by from Phantom, but Mikey is going to be kind of watching this head peek. If he doesn't move around, you know, that's going to be very powerful. He's going to probably spot him. No, onward timing.
Watching south.
Onward timing. Not Mikey, no, the onward timing, it's real. It is real, ladies and gentlemen. It is a real thing. Shadow Warrior does quietly make it by from Mikey's position. Creeping up towards Leo now, next to the OBJ. But it will be taken out from Mikey, who does swing round. Was expecting him to kind of make it safely. We'll have a little bit of engagement with Leo, but I guess not. And that is going to be the 3rd point for Imperial on quarantine. This is just an absolute slaughter, is the best way to call it in some ways. No fun intended is trying their hardest, but Imperial, you know, they are just doing it better. They have been playing all of NFI's best maps, and you know they have learned from the best in some ways, and they've now kind of beaten them in it. So this is the massive standpoint. This is what they've been kind of training for. They lost to NFI in the seasonal finals, in the season 13 finals, as anyone does recall. End up in 3rd place. So you might see them kind of taking 2nd place, or maybe even 1st place coming up for the season 14 finals, which I can't recall off the top of my head when they will be happening, but it would be an interesting show. Imperial are now better than ever before. Beating NFI in this match is kind of just a massive saying that, you know, they are better now. They might take on, no fun intended, you might even see Imperial trying to take on 1st place, which after basically having 2 seasons of being, no fun intended, on the top, it's going to be an interesting one to behold. But moving away into round 4, checking over to Imperial,
Someone go north and stop the South Hospital cross. You know, from the white
getting themselves ready.
Don't know.
Some very exasperated sighs from NFI. Shadow trying to make its way up towards north. Doesn't get picked. Are going to be seeing a 3-man push. Does have a C4, which is may play out here. We'll be kind of sitting behind these yellow barrels. Snooper trying to clear to make sure no one's crossed the hospital.
Yeah, I'm holding the cross to hospital.
Oh, I missed that.
Shot one on the dumpster north. Not sure. I saw
Same
one.
reaction with Phantom. Ooh, nice little play there onto Raz from Phantom. Just made it down to a 5v4. Checking over to our all favourite Leo, which is kind of pushing up. Just need to worry about Jittery List. But if he made that cross, it's kind of all up to Jittery List to kind of hold down the central point. .24 Grey might spot him? Unlikely. Leo kind of just preemptively shooting through the broken wall crack. Just trying to spot anybody. Some shots being shot out from Phantom.
Phantom got him. Okay, I'm putting my fucking night vision on. Gonna make sure there's no one at most help. Me and
Not-
Phantom stage up at money trucks at the moment.
Mikey using his night vision. Interesting choice.
So I'll go around near to the right
But Mikey almost gets his head taken off. I just can't, man. I just can't now. I'm sorry. That's just class. Using night vision. It has to be an interesting one. Leo is just trying to spot through that small crack Shadow's position. GW list has made audio. Leo knows where he is. If he just swings round, that'll be him gone. Shots are being had from Phantom.
Deactivated, I think. Proceed with caution.
MK Snooper pushing up towards the wall, trying to spot Shadow here. 24 great. Does get the pick onto Jittery. Objective is open. MK Snooper does get taken out from Shadow. Smoke's being thrown onto the objective. Down goes Phantom as well from Shadow. Know what Mikey kind of being the biggest issue. A flash from the over the wall. Shadow almost gets picked off there. He's kind of just trying to cut back in. Trying to look on top of AC roof here. I'm kind of waiting to see if Leo might be trying to do some form of push. Oh, Leo might be. Leo's getting himself ready. He's doing jiggle jiggle. Oh, does take shots from Just Do It.
There's one south. Like by the road. Letterbox, I think.
Ooh, great, just get shot. Ah, just seeing the jiggle jiggle. He can jiggle. Jiggle wiggle. Seeing Leo, which is going to get to that objective. Does take out Shadow. Trying to go for that cap. Does take out Deadshot. Go for that cap. Can Leo get the cap in time? Does get flashbanged, unfortunately. No. The cap doesn't go ahead. Leo will be taken out, but Just Do It is going to get utterly obliterated from Grey. Almost a cap. Almost a cap for Imperial. Trying to secure that last point. Last 2 points, I should say. Make it to a 5-0, and that is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen, being a 12-3 ending score for Imperial. What a way to end it off for this evening. What a result. An excellent performance going from Imperial, and definitely a massive uproar from the connoisseur list, which weren't expecting this match to end up how it did for this evening. I am ecstatic that I got to cast this match. What a show to behold. I am so happy that I caught this. What a... just absolutely amazing. What an absolute show. But as I say, deep sigh of relief. I can relax now. And that is going to be an Imperial win. NFI taking off their throne. Lost their crown. No longer number one in some ways. But it's now up to... it's not going to be Imperial now. So... I'm not exactly sure how the MMR works. I still think Imperial might be second place on the leaderboard, but I'm not exactly sure how that will be going forth. But before we do end off, quick word from us, or quick thank you to our sponsors, which are going to be Downpoint Interactive, ProTube VR, VR Cover, HyperX, VRWare, Armor, Astrion, and Kiwi Design for sponsoring Onward VRML and allowing us to do what we do here at the casting team and as a league. Thank you to all the sponsors, thank you to every viewer and all the donators to VRML, do funds what we do here. This has been Onward VRML 1, I've been your caster, Sniffer. Thank you all for being here for this evening. This has been VRML 1 out for this evening. Adios amigos.